Welcome back, guys. So we are picking up where we left off. In the last video, I kind of introduced to you guys how the message event works, and I showed you how to trigger the bot whenever you send a message, right, from the message event. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to write some commands and do specific things. So for example, if I type, $help, the bot should, do something like, ideally it would print out like a list of things. Like if you're, if you have a server and you like have like a bunch of people, and if they type that command, it'll just show like a bunch of information about it, about the server, or how to do this and that. So let's go ahead and do that. So I haven't written any code. I actually wrote some code for it, but I deleted it and I didn't restart the bot. That's why this works right now. But if I go ahead and I run the bot again and I do this, nothing's gonna happen because I don't have any code for it. But we're gonna write it though, so it's okay. So the first thing I'm gonna want to do is I'm gonna say, okay, if message. Actually, no. What I want to do is I want to write a function, okay, and I want to basically check if I basically want to check the command. I want to check if the message that they sent is a command, right? So check command. We're going to take in the message object, okay, and we're going to take in the command name. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this: return the truth value. So message. So watch this. So message.content. So again, let me go to the documentation and show you what exactly I'm doing. Okay, so let's go back to the message class, right? Because this parameter that we're going to pass in over here is the message object, and it's pretty much, it has properties. So message is just the message object, right? It's not, if you print it out, if you just did console, if I did console.log, so I'll show you real quick. Okay. So if you were to do console.log message, you can see the message has a bunch of different properties, right? So this is, obviously we don't want this, like you don't want to send this to the user. You want to get the actual, string, right? So to do that, what you do is you look for the content property, okay? And it just says the content of the message. So what the actual message, what the actual text message is. And of course it's type string. So I'm going to do if message.content, okay, then I'm going to say 2 lowercase because someone might accidentally type, help in caps or help like this and etc. And you want to account for that case. So we're going to set it to lowercase. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, let's see, starts with question mark. So this is what we're going to use this as our prefix command. So a prefix command is basically a prefix, like a symbol, usually like a symbol that denotes that it lets the bot know that that is a command. Okay, that's a command. So we're going to check if it starts with question mark, and we're going to check if it ends. Well, not ends, but we're just going to say if it starts with the question mark plus command name. So every single time the user sends a message, we're always going to check if it's command. So I'm going to say check command. Okay, so the message we're first going to pass in the message object. So the client, whenever you trigger the message event, it takes in the message parameter. We're going to take this message parameter and we're going to pass it into this command over here. Okay, because that's how we get the actual content of the message. Then we're going to pass in the command name, which is, so we have to actually hard code this. So if the command is help, okay, if this is true, right, if this value is true, we're going to do something. So for now I'm just going to say message dot channel dot send. Okay, so actually I think, yeah, message dot channel dot send. Okay, we're going to say you triggered the help command. And ideally, what you'd want to do is you'd probably write up a bunch of, if you're doing this on your own server, or well, let's say a server that has a bunch of people. Excuse me. So let's say let's say you run a server or you're a moderator and you're writing a bot and you want, you obviously want to display helpful, information about the server. So that's what you do, and you could probably put it in an embedded message. Okay, so you triggered the help command. So let's actually go ahead and run this and see what's up. So help. You triggered the help command. If I do hello, nothing's gonna happen, right? Because we didn't write the code for it. Now let's go ahead and let's try this. Else if. So what if they don't? What if they aren't typing the help command? Let's say if let's try this. Let's try. What if they type in the roles command to check all the roles that are available on the Discord server? So I would say here is a list of all the available server roles of all of the available server roles. Okay, so let's go ahead and restart, and let's go ahead and check it out now. So roles, here is a list of all of the typo, all of the available server roles. Okay, and we can go ahead and write a couple more. So let's do check command message. Let's try I don't know. Let's see. Image, or I don't know. Let's say you want to generate a random image, right? So send. Here's an image. This is just an example. Okay. Oh, I also recommend installing nodemon. Actually, I think I could do nodemon bot.js. So what this will do is, so every single time I make a change to my Discord bot, it'll restart it. Okay. Anyways, so let's try. What was it again? img. Here's an image. Okay. And the list goes on. You can basically do this as many times as you want. Let's try, I don't know, Google's, and then, you know, message.channel.send, Googling, right? Be creative. Think about what you want to do. So Googling. Like, you guys get the idea, right? It's pretty straightforward. That's literally all we're doing in the message event, and it's really that simple. Okay? So a couple of things that I would like to clarify before I end the video. So let's say, for example, the user isn't typing a command, and they're just writing something. You know, they're not using a command. They're just, you know, typing. If you're ever handling the case, like let's say if you want to handle a case where, let's say you want to get the actual message content and do something with it, you want to handle this in the else case, which is the default case. Okay, this is basically the last case. So this case should always happen if none of the commands that they if all of these cases are false. So what that means is if they didn't trigger any of these commands, so if they didn't do $help, $roles, img, Google, etc., this will basically handle whatever case that we missed. So let's say you just want the user to say, I don't know, let's say if the user didn't write a command, but they said hello, right? So we can say if message.content, right? We're getting the content of the message. We're going to set it to the lowercase because we don't care about case, right? Equals hello. I'm going to do message dot, let's see, I can do this one or two ways, but let's take a look at how. So I can do message.author, and author has a method called, I think, send. So watch what, I'll show you the difference. So message.author.send, hey. Let's go ahead and say hello. Oh, so this actually sends a DM. Okay, so this will send a DM. Let me actually show you another case. So we want to do message channel, I think reply it is. No, there's no reply. So it's send, and I'm pretty sure there was one more. No, there isn't. Okay. So message.channel.send will just send a message to the channel where the user set the message. So let's go over, whoops. Hello. So hello. Hey. Okay. Now let's say you want the bot to respond to the user and tag the user that actually sent the message. So we can do message.author, right? So this will basically, so message.author is a user object, so it will actually ping the user. So let's go ahead and try that again. So hello. So you see how it says hey, and then it pings my name. So that's pretty cool. And I also get a DM from the bot. That's because of this line of code, which I can go ahead and delete that. So that's useful. If you want to DM a bot, you will do that right over here. I'm sorry, not you'll do that right over here. You will use you do message.author.send. So that will send them a DM. Okay. If you want to send the message on the channel server, you do message.channel.send. So there's a difference. Okay. So I think that's all that I can think of right now, in terms of just playing around with the commands or just writing your own commands and you know, checking what's what. Obviously, there's a bunch of other things that you can do rather than just, you know, having a bot just send messages. For example, you can play around with some APIs, have a bot retrieve weather data or, you know, data about a word, for example. These are just some examples. So yeah. So I don't want this video to get too long, so I think I'm going to stop it right now. And in the next video, I'm probably going to play around with some other things, so stay tuned. So I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.